I'm going to talk about is not so much the design of an infrastructure as the work that we did to validate the design. Because to validate the design, we did conduct a complete election study, a sort of proof of concept, if you like, just to demonstrate that it is possible to conduct an election study in the way in which we envisage. The final deliverable to DG Research is a report on the feasibility of an infrastructure to study electoral democracy in Europe. And for the future of election studies in Europe, this is hugely the most important thing that we are doing. Meanwhile, we also studied an election, and it's the results of that study that we're presenting today. We have 100 people from the peer review project in this room today. It was an absolutely enormous project, as you can imagine. As I said, it was 5 linked projects. Firstly, there was a voter study in which we conducted a random survey of 1,000 voters in each of 27 countries. If you can imagine simply the overhead involved in translating a questionnaire into the 22 languages that are spoken in the European Union, it was a nightmare. It's also a candidate study, a study of candidates to the European Parliament, as candidates that stood for election. We actually managed to get interviews with 1/5 of those who were running for election in all 27 countries. That was coordinated out of the Wissenschaft Central in Berlin. Then there was a party manifesto study. Obviously, we need to know what the parties were proposing to do if their candidates were elected. And this was run out of the University of Mannheim. Then there was a media study. We need to know what people are being told, both about what the parties are promising and about what the candidates are promising, if they happen to be promising different things. People need to know that there is a European election taking place. It's amazing how many don't, even on the day before the election. People need to know what the issues are. The only way they're going to find out these things is from the media, so we have to have a media study. And then finally, we need to know what the outcome of the election is. Who won, who lost, what were the seats gained and lost by each of these parties as a result of their campaigning.